Happy holidays, everybody, wherever you may be. On this Sunday afternoon, it's now time for NBA basketball. This is our BlazerCable pregame show. The Golden State Warriors and the Portland Trail Blazers for the second time in less than a week. And you know what happened a few days ago? The Blazers down by 21, made the big comeback, and the driving layup by Rod Strickland, and they win it by 2, 100-98. Their rematch in about a half an hour from right now. Done because he continues to get it done. They have Owens, Sprewell, Chris Mullin is back, even though he's coming off the bench, and they have the youngster who is the future of this franchise, Chris Webber, out of the University of Michigan. He's an All-American, from college to the draft, from Florida to California. Here's a short synopsis of the Chris Webber story. At 20 years old, he is the youngest player in the NBA, but you'd never know it watching him on the court. Or listening to him talk.
I'm not afraid of anybody or anything on the court.
For Chris Webber, wealth and success have come quickly, but the season ahead could prove the most trying of his meteoric career.
It's hard. It's very hard. I mean, and I can see how some people can get used to losing, and that's what I'm very scared of.
He would become the first sophomore chosen #1 in the NBA draft since a young man named Irvin Johnson in '79. But Orlando's top pick quickly turned golden for Webber as the Magic dealt Chris to the Warriors and finally giving Coach Don Nelson what he had so long coveted.
We've got a legitimate, inside, dominant player who I think is going to be one of the best players in the game.
But the feelings of optimism in Oakland soon turned into a summer of disasters. The Warriors were forced to start their season without their top 3 scorers. Sarunas Marciulionis and all-star point guard Tim Hardaway were lost for the year with knee injuries. Dream teamer Chris Mullin must watch from the sidelines, waiting for a torn ligament in his finger to heal. There would be no grace period for the $74 million rookie from Michigan. Chris Webber had to produce now.
I think instead of pressure on me, I think it's pressure on our whole team. I don't feel pressure. I just go out and play and do what I can do. God has given me a talent, and this is his. I'm just using it, so I don't feel pressure.
It makes it a lot harder on Chris Webber because, you know, now there's so much that we have to rely on, so much goes on his shoulders that people look for him to have all these great numbers and make us win and all the rest of it. He's really not ready to do that.
What Chris Webber is ready to do is make his presence felt throughout the NBA against some of the premier players in the game.
I don't know what it is to be scared on the court. I just got Charles Barkley that night. And my fellas in Detroit, I told you I was going to get somebody.
Chris managed to overcome his own bouts with adversity over the summer, but as he continues to impress his way around the league, one thing he doesn't have to work on is his love of the game.
I play every game to win. I appreciate the fact that every minute I'm out there, I'm doing something that I enjoy doing.
I get the feeling that the industry itself really doesn't care that much about people.
Norm, I think that's an unfortunate misconception, and I think some of the companies cause that. At ODS, we tend to have more of a philosophy that I suppose is patterned on my own personal beliefs, and that is that we ought to treat people like we want to be treated. And that may sound like a simple cliche, but it is not. It is something that permeates the ranks of our people. They truly do want to give service to people the way they want to be served themselves. That's just the way we do business.
It's the time of year when I find my thoughts turn again for home. To see again the ones I love. I've been away too long. And yes, this holiday I know just where to go. It's so nice to come home. It's so nice to come home. Home again for the holidays, my favorite time of year. Yes, it's so nice to come come home. And when I'm once again with the ones that I love, their smiles remind me that it's so nice to come home. Home again for the holidays, my favorite time of year. Yes, it's so nice to come home. Welcome home from Fred Meyer.
Nate Thurman, as a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, Nate the Great Nate Thurman is still working with the Golden State Warriors down in the Bay Area, doing a lot of good work in the community relations department. In our business, radio, television, the newspaper, you have the offbeat story, the sidebar story, if you will. Rod Strickland of the Portland Trailblazers having a tremendous year, maybe even an all-star year. But he does have another side of himself that goes a long way to tell the true story of Rod.
Now in his second season as a Blazer, Rod Strickland has done everything Blazer management could have hoped for and justified the long-term contract that they threw his way. He has no troubles driving the lane, but how about on the lanes? Well, it should be no surprise that Rod is comfortable with the ball in his hand and hardwood in front of him.
I'm not saying I'm the best bowler. I'm not really that good, but I like bowling. I got skills. I'm very inconsistent. I can bowl 90-something one day. I can bowl 150 another day. Oh, no. I don't even want y'all to think, that I'm a big-time bowler.
Rod may not be a big-time bowler, but that didn't stop him from taking on Blazer Community Activities Coordinator Nick Jones in a friendly match at Tigard Bowl. It was Strickland who was the most ready after the pregame warm-ups.
Oh, what a start for the guy. Woo, y'all saw that, right? Woo. Nice, quiet, consistent game.
Try that one on.
Did you do that purposely, man?
Nick's early struggles gave Rod a chance, and he took advantage. The same way Strickland took advantage of the opportunity given to him by the Portland Trailblazers.
People have prejudged me in the past years, and I just wanted to come into place, have opportunity to be myself, play my game, and let people judge from that. And, I've had that opportunity here. I've been real comfortable here since I've been here. The coaching staff has been great, the organization, and it's just made me a lot more relaxed and a lot, more happy, and when I feel good about myself and about the people around me, these are the things that I'm capable of doing. Good job.
Winters on the basketball floor and summers on the bowling alleys.
Hey, you gotta like it.
Rod was playing well, but suddenly Nick got rolling, and the roles were reversed.
You ain't see that, did you? Look at him.
Got some form, doesn't he?
Killing me over here. Hey, they got that power ball.
You are strong, you know that?
You got the power ball. I got the little finesse ball.
Rod's game is one of finesse and flash, and it has made him a crowd favorite. Fans in Portland have forgotten the baggage that Strickland, the man, brought with him to the Rose City. Rodney still remembers, but has put the past behind him and has grown as a person and as an athlete.
But I don't want to call myself a model citizen because I don't ever want to be perceived as that, because I make mistakes just like anyone else, and I do things just like the normal 27-year-old person, So I never want to be perceived as a model citizen because there's too many expectations and people, I don't want to put myself in that situation. I'm Rod. I try to do, the things that I have to do to present myself well and the team, and you know, that's it. Struggling right now.
Rod, you work as hard at this as you did with your shot this last summer?
No. Otherwise, I'll be killing Nick right now.
On this day, he couldn't hold off Quick Nick, but it doesn't matter. He's competitive, but winning isn't necessarily what bowling is all about for Rod.
Bowling is strictly fun. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to be a pro bowler or anything like that. You know, I just like to come out, relax, and bowl a little bit.
If you ever watch Rod Strickland play basketball, you notice that his fingers are always taped. Well, you know how that started? When he first started to bowl, he had to put tape around it so he could fit his fingers in the ball. Nah, I'm just kidding. As you can see, you put Rod Strickland on any kind of a hardwood, and he'll get the job done.
To use the most powerful tool in business, you don't have to be a giant company.
Kim's Flowers. May I help you?
And you don't need special training.
Hello.
We should bounce this off, Ann.
You see, to use the most powerful tool in business,
I have a huge...
all you have to do
President, I'll put you on speaker.
is open your mouth.
Andy, we've got a new idea.
Put the power of your voice
We just got some in.
to work. Voice products from GTE put you in command of that power. We can plan, provide, service, and guarantee a system for you. Call us.
They say in the end, your whole life will flash before your eyes. Make it worth watching.
High-octane BP Super. Lately, it's been attracting a lot of attention. It's BP's best choice in quality gasolines. Only BP Super has high octane, the highest level of engine cleaning power, plus an unconditional fuel system guarantee. No other gasoline gives you all this. Any wonder it's created such a following? BP, on the move.
I think I'm going to have number 6.
Number 6, Julius Irving, Bill Russell, special number, by permission only.
Is it okay to order number 21?
21. We're talking about Bill Sharman, Dave Bing, and even Sidney Wicks. Come on, order something else.
The most famous player that ever wore number 21 was Bob Lanier.
Mike, number 16. Come on.
But he wore size 21 shoe.
Eddie Doucette and Mike Rice.
Separate checks, gentlemen?
No, my partner gets the check.
Hey, I got it last time.
No, wait a minute. I got it last time.
No, I distinctly...
And I hope you had the answer correct there this Sunday afternoon. And your holiday weekend is going very nicely. The Blazers hope their holiday weekend and their week continues. Had a nice time against the Golden State Warriors a few nights ago. They hope to do the same this Sunday afternoon. Time now for Chalk Talk, but it's going to be a little bit different. It's a one-on-one situation, and now from here on out and from time to time here on Blazer Broadcasting, head coach Rick Adelman.
Welcome to Chalk Talk. I'm Mike Rice, and for this early Sunday game against Golden State, we have a special treat. Never before on Chalk Talk, the head Trailblazer coach, Rick Adelman. Welcome to Chalk Talk, Rick.
Thanks, Mike. Pleasure being here.
Good, good. Golden State, the other night, 21-point lead. They lose the game. Is that a big lift for this team playing without Clyde?
Well, it really should be, Mike, because we went into that game and did not play that well the first half, and they jumped on us the third quarter and went up by 21. And we just talked about we had to get back in it possession by possession and see if we couldn't cut the lead going into the fourth quarter to 10, and we did better than that. We cut it to 5. So I think it gave the team a lot of confidence, and we're hoping to build off that. When you win a game on the road like that, where you come back and play like our guys did down the stretch, it's got to be a confidence booster.
Distractions. I remember when I was in Pittsburgh, Chuck Noll used to say, distractions are the difference between an average team and a team winning a championship. Has the distractions this year of Clyde talking about a contract and now his injuries, has that hurt the Blazers?
Well, I think anything like that can bother a team. If they're playing well and everybody's on the same line of thinking, I think they can get through it. But when you have a number of things that go on, I don't think that really bothered the team that much. But then you lose Chris Dudley immediately. You lose a few games early. We changed the lineup. Guys' roles changed. All those things tended to add to a lot of confusion and guys not being focused like they should be. I think we've got through that period now, and hopefully we can focus on what we have to do as a team to be successful.
You mentioned Chris Dudley. You were going to depend on him quite a bit in that middle for a lot of different things, rebounding and defense. Has that been difficult to overcome?
It has been difficult. I think so much was talked about when we got Chris and brought him in here about his offensive game, and we said it at the time, that's not why we got him. We got him because he's a very good defender on big people, and he's a very good rebounder. And what's happened with Chris out of the game has just changed the way we can defend inside. Now you're putting Buck Williams on people that he really shouldn't be guarding, and that takes him off guys that he can control pretty good. And it's kind of a domino effect. Jerome's had to play big forward at times. Harvey's had to play bigger people, and Cliff's having to play a lot of big people. So without Chris, it really puts a lot of pressure on all of our guys up front, and we really don't have a true center up there.
The roles on this club, you mentioned some of the, without Chris Dudley, the roles have changed defensively, but how have they changed on the offensive end, and guys like Terry Porter and Clyde Drexler, how have their roles changed on this team?
Well, our team is a lot different than it was 3 years ago. Right now, not only do we have new players that we didn't have, we have people starting that we didn't have starting, and people who started in the past who aren't starting now, and that changes their role. But more importantly, and you alluded to it, is offensively we've had guys like Cliff and Rod come along, and Harvey's come along, and that changes everybody's role, what they do offensively on the team. And it's going to take us some time to really kind of come to grips with that and realize we have a number of people who have stepped up. Other guys have to sacrifice their game a little bit, and it gives us more rounded attack, but it takes some time to get used to that.
All right, let's take a look at some scouting tape of the Milwaukee Bucks and see what the Blazers do well without Clyde Drexler, and see where they're hurting a little bit. Now this is post defense, right, Rick?
This is post defense with Cliff. If you stop it right there, it's one area we've really got hurt. When you see Cliff in here, he's got a pretty good brace right here on his guy. He's guarding the kid from Milwaukee, Avant. But as he starts dribbling the ball here and backing him in, you see Cliff start standing up right there. He's standing up. Just run that back a little bit further when he starts backing him in. Okay, now let it go. Now stop it right there. See, Cliff right here is standing up. He's already got his whole body against this kid, which gives him a lot of, the kid has him where he wants him at this point, and he's backing him into the paint. Buck does the best job of our team, obviously, of keeping people out of this area and making them go on the floor more, and that really helps us. But when Cliff gets this deep, now we start standing, everybody starts watching, and as the tape goes, see Rod loses his vision on his guy, and they end up getting an easy play. Buck's a little bit late reacting, and that's been a problem we've had. Not only is the guy at the post not playing his guy tough enough and not letting him get an advantage, but then we start watching the play and not ready to react from the weak side and giving up easy opportunities. And it's something we've really talked about. And I think you're going to see our team improve dramatically in those areas over the next few games.
And if Chris Dudley came back,
well, see, if Chris Dudley's in there, you probably have him guarding, Buck Williams probably guarding Avant, Cliff's out on the floor guarding somebody else, and Chris is guarding the center. And that's the, like I said, the domino effect that happens when you don't have someone like Chris.
All right, speaking of the domino effect, let's take a look at another area when Clyde Drexler is out where it hurts.
Okay, if you stop it right there, you see right away they're trying to post Terry up. And this is the problem we have without Clyde. With Terry and James and Rod, we have 3 small guards playing the guard spot. And Terry right now is in trouble. They're posting Blue Edwards up. He's on the high side. This whole area is open to Blue Edwards here. And then as the tape goes, you see Edwards slide down. Now, if you stop it right here, that's a great example. Terry's responsibility when he is small like he is to play behind Blue Edwards in this area so that we can have a chance to come down and double team from the top, or a big guy come down on Blue right there. Never give the baseline up. We have help in the middle, and Terry's he's worried about his size, so he's trying to brace himself, and as it goes, Blue Edwards spins and dunks it, and we're not there. So it is a problem for us with Terry trying to play 2 guards, especially teams that have big 2 guards, and really go to post people up. It can be a problem.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at some of the good points on the offensive end with Rod Strickland.
This is their doubling Harvey, and he kicks it out there, and Rod missed it. Now, as he gets the ball, if you stop it right there, this is a real advantage for us. When Rod gets the ball out here, especially against someone who's not quite as quick as he is, and he's got this much room on the court, something good's going to happen for our team. And when they double and we kick it out like Harvey did then, and as the tape goes, you'll see Rod's going to beat his guy. Now, if you stop it right there, now you see we're starting to space the court well. We did it really well here, and this is where Rod is so effective. When he gets by his guy, he has a great knack of slowing down and reading the situation as he gets into this area here and seeing who's going to be open. And as you see the play progresses, as you stop it right there, we have a great situation here because you have Rod with the ball who can shoot it right here. He can kick it to Harvey on this side. He's got Terry spotted up on this side. Buck did a great job of crossing over, and I think Cliff's going to be right in this area here. He's got 4 guys to pick from, and something's good going to happen for our team when this situation arises. And right there, he kicks it to Harvey. We have 2 guys on the boards, and that's what you like to see.
Yeah. All right, our last play, let's take a look at the running game with the Blazers.
Rebound, we kick it out. You stop it right there. Now, that's probably the best part about this play. And at times we don't do this, but when Harvey catches the ball in the kick out, instead of taking it on the floor, he's got a guy we want to have the ball in Rod Strickland. He makes a good decision, gives it to him, and now the play develops. You got the guy you want with the ball who's going to get by people. And again, if you stop it there, Terry does a great job of knowing Rod's going to penetrate, and when he gets in this area, Terry's just going to spot up in the wing and take his time. He's going to have a wide open look at a shot. You'd like to see more of those as the season progresses.
Yes, we definitely would. And finally with Golden State today, since our time is running out, they've lost 9 in a row to the Blazers. What is the mystery that you have over Don Nelson?
Well, I don't know if there's any mystery, Mike. I think what happened is, if I remember right, 2 years ago, we played them in a back-to-back situation, and the division title was on the line. And our guys rose up and beat them there, and then came back here and beat them here. And of course, last year we beat them 5 times, but that wasn't the same Golden State team. We've matched up well with them. We generally match up pretty well, and I think that's why we've had success.
All right, that's Chalk Talk, and for the day after Christmas, our next Blazer telecast will be January 2nd. Oh. We forgot to mention, Rick.
That's right.
We do on GQ here. We rate all the coaches in there, and you're so far number 3 in the NBA for GQ.
Who is we? Is this your rating system?
No, J.R. Hillman. And,
is that right?
Yes.
You know, there's a way to move me up, and that is if someone wants to give me some close contract, I'd be glad to wear anything you want to give me. When you have two kids in college, you're always looking to get that little additional help.
You hear that on Chalk Talk? Our first promotion there. But our next telecast will be January 2nd against the Utah Jazz, and it was a pleasure, Rick, having you here, and we hope to go over some more stuff in the future.
Thanks, Mike.
Very good. Thank you.
Hey, Sunday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be, NBA basketball, the Golden State Warriors in town to take on the Portland Trail Blazers. around the NBA. We have a couple of minutes. Our broadcasting partner, Steve Jones, is here. You were in Phoenix yesterday. You saw some firepower down there with those Suns.
Well, the Phoenix Suns, they lead the NBA in scoring, and they put on one of those scoring efforts. They sprinted out in the second quarter. And I think the thing that's interesting is we take a look at the Western Conference, is that the two teams that had all of the attention early in the first quarter of the season, Houston and Seattle, now find that the Phoenix Suns are close on their tail in the loss column, and the Utah Jazz aren't that far behind. And in all the moaning and groaning about where Portland is, they're number 5 in the top 8, and it tells you that the Wild Wild West is very competitive, and you can expect a lot of changes before it's said and done, and that there are going to be a lot of streaks run off. Currently, Phoenix is on one of their own, and the Houston Rockets on their first losing streak. They've got 2 in a row.
All of a sudden, you pick up the newspaper and you take a look at those standings, and it's not lengthy anymore. It's getting short.
Well, you know, when you cruise to 15 in a row and you look and you say you got a 5-game lead, you win 14 in a row and you think you got a 4 or 5-game lead, and the other team wins 8, suddenly you're right back into it. So I think it's a long season. The Phoenix Suns, they know it. They feel that they're the defending champions and they're the team to beat in the West. We'll find out whether anybody can knock them off.
Well, the Blazers are on quite a run of their own. They've won 4 straight. That's the best in the West, as a matter of fact, among other NBA teams. And today they have the Golden State Warriors for the second time this week. NBA basketball, ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. We're going to be right back.
Same pickups that overall carry the most powerful line of engines on the planet also carry the most safety features. The new Dodge.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Charles, you are a role model.
I'm out of here.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Mike, I got my own shoes. My own initials on it.
Yeah? Well, I have my own shoes with my own name on it.
Well, can you do this in your shoe, Mr. I don't play anymore?
Yeah, but I don't have to. I'm retired.
I'm not. My shoes got this strap.
Laces.
Black. White. White's wimpy. And you can't keep it clean.
Size 13.
16.
Ooh. Nike Air.
Mine's got more.
I went ball first.
Did not.
Did too.
How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold-filtered light with smooth draft taste, in a pool hall? MGD Light? Say MGD Light and say no more. How do you order Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold-filtered light with smooth draft taste, at a rock and roll club?
Give me an MGD Light.
Say MGD Light and say no more.
The following is a Blazer Broadcasting sports presentation.
This is Blazer Cable, and these are the cable affiliates that make up the Blazer Cable Network.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, basketball fans, wherever you may be. NBA basketball, the Golden State Warriors in town at the Coliseum to take on the Portland Trailblazers, and it should be quite an afternoon of NBA basketball. Don Nelson and the Golden State Warriors. Steve, I guess he's been doing it with some magic. They're a pretty good road team. They've had all those injuries. Sprewell's getting many minutes. Chris Mullen is back, even though he's coming off the bench. Where are you to begin?
This is a team that has learned how, even though they haven't fared well here in Portland, they've learned how to play with injuries and get key people out. And I think if Nelson's taught them anything since a year ago is the ability to compete. And you look at what they've been able to do out on the road here in the early going. They're one of the best road teams in the NBA. And you would say they have the same record as Phoenix and New York.
Yes,
that's a surprise. But certainly with Nelson, the idea is that you play the hand that you have and you don't make excuses. You try to go out and do the best that you can.
Now, as far as the Blazers are concerned, young legs. Rick has changed things a little bit. The Robinsons, the Murrays.
Well, I think that these players are getting a chance to show that they're valuable and integral parts of the Trailblazer team in depth. And James Robinson is a tremendous talent in his own right. He didn't come out of school early just to sit around and watch these guys play. So he feels that he can get it done. And Tracy Murray has been begging for a chance to show that he has a tremendous perimeter game and can help the team. Murray coming off a strong game against the Indiana Pacers as he helped ignite the team. Did the same thing against the Golden State Warriors in that 21-point comeback that they had against them on Tuesday night.
Well, the Blazers are all upbeat. It's holiday time. They're on a 4-game winning streak. They could make it 5, which would be definitely the best in the Western Conference, and that's saying something with all the talent.
Well, it's saying something, but it's also saying something for them. It'd be a 5-game streak, and they could continue their winning ways and creep up on some folks.
NBA basketball. We'll be right back.
Are people moving to the Northwest for the scenery? For the wildlife? Or because this is the only place you can get the new Toyota 4x4s, the truck specially customized for the wildlife of the Northwest, with all these special features for a fast and rugged look, and a great selection to choose from.
You just had to give people another reason to move here, huh?
The new Toyota 4x4s, we call it the official truck of the Northwest, only at your Portland Metro Toyota dealers.
How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold filtered light with smooth draft taste, while watching the Blazers? Say MGD Light and say no more. How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold filtered light with smooth draft taste, at a singles bar?
Give me an MGD Light. Anyone have change for 20? We'll let him in here.
Say MGD Light and say no more.
Did you ever try to get something as simple as help on an airline? At Alaska Airlines, you'll find getting help is quite simple. More often than not, you won't even need to ask for it.
On a Sunday afternoon here at Portland's Memorial Coliseum, the Golden State Warriors and the Portland Trailblazers. Quite a schedule in the NBA this day after the Christmas day. It's holiday time. Everybody's in a festive mood and attitude, and it should be an interesting game between the Warriors and the Portland Trailblazers. Second time within a week that these two teams have faced one another, and Steve, being down by 21 and coming back and winning it like they did, the Blazers the other night, that was a feather in their cap.
That was a big boost of confidence for them because they hadn't been playing well, and to go down there and struggle and then suddenly be able to turn it around certainly makes them feel good about themselves and their abilities, and that's what you need. You need a game like that that seems to bring the team together, turn the season around. We'll find out whether they can play start to finish against these Warriors who blew out the next opponent, the LA Clippers.
A national anthem being performed by Shira from the local group Perfect 10. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And that was Shira from the local group Perfect 10 and her rendition of our national anthem this late Sunday afternoon, the day after Christmas. Now for the introduction of both the Golden State Warriors and the Portland Trailblazers is public address announcer Mike Stone.
Members of the Golden State Warriors with head coach Don Nelson, assistant coaches Greg Popovich, Don Nelson, and Paul Pressey, and the trainer Tom Epdenauer. A 5'7" guard, number 2, Keith Jennings. A 6'10" forward, number 11, Josh Grant. A 6'7" forward, number 17, Chris Mullen. A 6'5" forward, number 21, Byron Houston. A 6'10" forward center, number 25, Chris Gatling. A 6'6" guard forward, number 35, Judd Bushler. And now the starting five for the Golden State Warriors. At one forward, 6'10", number 4, Chris Webber. At the other forward, 6'9", number 30, Billy Owens. Starting at center for the Warriors, 6'10", number 52, Victor Alexander. At one guard, 5'11", number 6, Avery Johnson. And at guard, 6'5", number 15, Latrell Sprewell.
Down the other end.
And now your Portland Trail Blazers with head coach Rick Adelman, assistants Jack Shallow, John Wetzel, and Kip Potta, and the trainer Mike Shavinsky. Here's your starting five. And one forward, 6'9", number 44, Harvey Grant. At the other forward, 6'8", number 52, Buck Williams. At center, 6'10", number 3, Clifford Robinson. Starting at a guard, 6'3", number 1, Ron Strickland. And at guard, 6'3", number 30, Terry Porter.
The Warriors and the Portland Trailblazers, one of many games being played around the NBA today. We'll bring you up to date from time to time on other scores. Great sports weekend, and these two teams are getting it on. Has Nelly been able to do it with some magic or mirrors or what, Steve?
Well, he has. He's one of those guys that has always believed in making adjustments and changing. He's got bigger people now, and he's been able to get some really good performances. And I think the most outstanding performance he's gotten so far and consistent one has been the play of Latrell Sprewell.
Billy Owens, the third-year pro out of Syracuse University, talked to us prior to the game about the Warrior road record.
Besides all the injuries we had, I think we're playing great as a team. You know, we got a key player down right now, Timmy Hardaway, but Chris Mullen came back a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and he's starting to get in the flow of things. But with all the injuries, I think we're doing a good job, and I think, you know, we're going to continue to get better.
Now, there are the lineups for tonight, Steve. Interesting matchups as always.
Well, the one to keep an eye on is that the power position. Buck Williams against the young and #1 pick in the NBA draft, Chris Webber. Webber was in foul trouble in that ball game down in Golden State. Did come up with the key play to tie the ball game out. However, he came back with a triple-double in a blowout against the Clippers.
Right.
And the one thing you want to remember, 12 assists in that ball game. This kid can pass the ball.
Friends Trailblazers trading cards are here now. Get one card free in every loaf of both Friends and Williams Premium White and 100% wheat bread. 20 cards in all. Full color shots of all your favorite Blazers, the coaches, and 6 special theme cards. A different card is issued each week. Don't miss a single one. Friends Trailblazers trading cards available free in every loaf of both Friends and Williams Premium White and 100% wheat bread. Start collecting your set today.
Oh, no, not again. If the winner of 93 is anything like the winner of 92, it might be a good time to have a serious talk with your battery experts at Les Schwab. No matter what winter brings, you'll find a battery for every start. You'll like the price and you'll like the installation. It's free. Les Schwab, just like in tires, your place for batteries, for whatever you drive.
And all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
You see, George, you really had a wonderful life.
Hey, Blazers fans, right now look for these specially marked packages of Coca-Cola products. You could be an instant winner of a pair of tickets to a Blazers home game. Always go for a winner, always Coca-Cola.
High-octane BP Super. Lately, it's been attracting a lot of attention. It's BP's best choice in quality gasolines. Only BP Super has high octane, the highest level of engine cleaning power, plus an unconditional fuel system guarantee. No other gasoline gives you all this. Any wonder it's created such a following? BP, on the move.
Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence. The experience to get the job done right and a reputation for quality. Having what you need on hand, putting the parts together for the best possible performance. Being in the pros takes a special brand of confidence, and for professionally trained technicians, that confidence is CarQuest. CarQuest, welcome to the pros.
Genuine draft Rusty Wallace stock car. See it. Hear it. Feel it. Catch it, if you can.
Well, I think that's the big question on everybody's mind today. Should I have managed care? What is it? And it means a lot of different things to a lot of people. And what we're seeking to do in a managed care program is manage the care. Try to be certain that the care that's delivered is what's necessary, no more, no less. And I think if we can get the physician involved with the cost of the care, so he knows what it's costing, he thinks about that, then I think we'll get at the essence of managing care. And then I think it can be cost-effective for people like you and for your employees.
Although J.D. Power and Associates ranked Toyota Paseo best model at initial quality in its price class, here's some things they might have missed. On warm days, it runs a little hot. It can be noisy at high speeds. And sometimes, it's hard to get out of first gear. Other than that, Paseo is a very practical car from Toyota.
Who are the Portland Trailblazers? I mean, really, don't you want to know? What do they do off the court? Player interviews? I live for them. I want full-color action photos of my favorites. A poster? Bonus! It's all in Rip City Magazine, the definitive source for up-to-date info on the Blazers and what's happening in the NBA. It's on newsstands everywhere, or get your own subscription. Call 1-800-600-DUNK. I did. Rip City Magazine. Get it!
Okay, so I don't know basketball, but I do know about saving energy.
That's why our energy financial program is on the team of the new arena project. But you don't have to build an arena. Our energy financial program works for any size building. So if you want to score some savings, just give Pacific Power a shot. Hey, maybe I do know this game.
High-octane BP Super. Lately, it's been attracting a lot of attention. It's BP's best choice in quality gasolines. Only BP Super has high octane, the highest level of engine cleaning power. Plus an unconditional fuel system guarantee. No other gasoline gives you all this. Any wonder it's created such a following? BP, on the move.
Portland leading the Golden State Warriors at the halfway mark, 55-49. They outscored the Warriors 33-19, and allowing the Warriors just 19 points. They did it with defense, and they were sparked by young James Robinson. He got his teammates all gathered together, and they came back again and outscored the Warriors 33-19. Going on at the Coliseum right now, the Toyota Mini Grand Prix. It's quite a feature from time to time throughout the basketball season here in the hardwood. Those miniature racing cars. Let's watch them for a spell here.
And now it looks like we can have a race. Oh, and the red car of John Owen spins out, coming around it. Now we're going to have a race. The red car of John Owen. He's down by one. The white car is one lap down, but it looks like
the white car is a lap behind.
And then we have the red car of John Owen. He's still out front. He had a little bit of a problem getting a little sideways, going down the back straightaway.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Oh, Mike, this is the last motorsport event in Portland that I know of in 1993, and it looks like John Owen.
The black car is going to have to take a chance here. The black car is going to have to take a chance. We're getting down close to 30 seconds.
30 seconds. John McCabe, he's chasing that car. He's really getting into it. Let's go, John McCabe from West Lynn. Can you catch the red car who's coming by start finish? John Owen of Portland.
I like John of West Lynn's body English. He's really pushing that. Look at the body English. Come on, John.
He is pushing. He is pushing rather well.
Is that Ben
and the red car of John Owen, he looks like he's got this all under control. And it's under 20 seconds now. The red car.
We're working
John
down
Owen
towards 10 seconds.
He's got this thing all under control. Mike, I think he's practiced about this.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
The little Toyota Mini Grand Prix. Well, we should have some excellent highlights. The Blazers finished out the quarter on a 22-4 run. Warriors with those big 8 turnovers, Steve.
The Warriors really did a good job in the first quarter of play of give and go. They had people cutting to the basket and took advantage of Portland's defense, particularly on the weak side. Avery Johnson finding Billy Owens. Portland on the other end had a few plays where they couldn't quite get the handle on the ball, and the Warrior defense early was alert and aggressive, and out of it they were running, and in transition they hurt the Trailblazers. Avery Johnson on the finishing end of that one. Anytime the Warriors could find a lane in which to pass the ball, they were trying to force the issue, and when they forced the issue, that's what got them in trouble. Chris Webber trying to force that one, and that left Terry Porter in transition. And Portland moved the ball to Cliff Robinson, and that was a tough shot for Cliff Robinson, but Portland got it to go in. Portland was able to take advantage of mistakes by the Warriors and stay in the ball game, stay close. It looked like the Warriors were in transition again. Buck Williams comes up with the steal and puts that 2 in against Victor Alexander. Alexander, Weber, Owens are playmakers for the Warriors at the top of the key. Avery Johnson cuts without the basketball against Rod Strickland and is rewarded with 2 from Alexander. And notice the space between Strickland and Avery Johnson, and this is during that first quarter of play in which they were able to move the ball, move people. Chris Mellon comes in. That's his first shot. And from that point on, Mullen's offensive efforts were downhill as he is still yet to get his game legs under him. Right there, James Robinson steps into the passing lane to Latrell Sprewell, didn't even know the ball was coming, and that allowed a little Hollywood from James. Over the top with two hands. Off the bench, James Robinson has certainly been a spark plug for the Trailblazers, and in this ball game so far, he's had 10 points and done an excellent job at both ends of the floor. Rod Strickland with the penetration and the dish to Cliff Robinson, and he hammers it home over the top. And at that point in the ball game, Portland was beginning to rally. Their defense was getting better as Harvey Grant was up on Billy Owens. They forced a mistake. Rod Strickland with the steal, Harvey Grant with the finish. And that tied the ball game for Portland. And they had finally finished the uphill. And Harvey Grant jammed his hand on the rim that time, grimacing after the two. But again, it's pressure defense by the Trailblazers right now. Rod Strickland with a huge play. The steal and the presence of mind to throw the ball ahead to Terry Porter. And it's two more for Porter, who's had a nice ball game himself.
Again, the Blazers ended the second period on a 22-4 run. The Warriors had 8 turnovers, and they were only 2 for 12 from the field. Halftime score, 55-49, Portland.
Filtered Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its smooth draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
There is a lot of similarity between healthcare companies. I mean, we all get claims in and we pay them. But the question is, what's the attitude behind it? Our attitude is we want to see how quickly we can get that money to you. We pride ourselves in that. We have computer studies that we use that show how rapidly we're paying those claims. And my attitude is it's never fast enough. Because I know there's a lot of financial worry, there's a lot of hassle just about getting the care and getting the claim paid. And we don't want people to be involved with that. I don't want to be involved with that. Why would I want you to be?
Good morning, Harding Industries.
Hi, is Gene in?
Gene is on the road this week. Can I take a message?
You're out of the office, but that doesn't mean you have to be out of touch.
Well, it's very important I get a hold of her.
I can give you her cellular number.
That's because Cellular One covers more of the Northwest than any other cellular provider and puts out more fires.
Gene, good thing I found you.
Hi, I'm Jerome Kurz of the Portland Trailblazers. Nobody should have to choose between heating and eating. Oregon Heat helps families learn new ways to manage their expenses. You can help too by sending a tax-deductible donation to Oregon Heat or drop it off at your nearest Bank of America branch. Let's help everyone stay warm.
There are lots of wonderful Christmas songs, but my favorite one to sing is the praises of the Salvation Army. Please, won't you do your part too?
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
It's the best of the NBA this week in Courtside Countdown.
Oakley takes it down to Ewing. That's the set play of the court.
Danny Manning's buzzer beater beats the Magic. Chris King leaves little doubt in his first NBA hoop.
Up to King, and he comes. Oh, Chris King, get on that magic carpet and ride, baby. Your first NBA hoop is a memorable one, Chris King. It is, baby.
Ronnie Cycle's flip deep sixes Philadelphia.
How about that play? Holy cow. The no-look shot as the shot clock is running down by Ronnie Cycle.
Rex Chapman with a huge drive and jam.
Rex Chapman on the go. Boy, that's highlight stuff.
Jamal Mashburn leaves the Admiral spinning.
Here's Mashburn against Robinson. Hello. Yeah. You got it right, my friend.
Tony Kukoc proves Mashburn isn't the only rookie with flair. Dennis Scott leaves the 4-0 and a shack attack.
He knew he was there and he slammed it down.
The Bullets and Tom Gugliotta are passing fancy.
The dish to Michael Adams. Into Gugliotta. Some great passing. Don McClain. Yes.
Mike passed the groove behind the back. Everybody touched the ball that time. Great fast break.
And at number 1, Grandma Ma gets up.
And that big silver tooth is splashing now.
They say in the end, your whole life will flash before your eyes. Make it worth watching.
Wintertime in Les Schwab country. Wet and wild. At Les Schwab, we have everything to get you through. A complete line of all seasons radials for normal winter driving. For snow country, heavy traction to deep digging studded traction. The latest in tire change, including the popular easy-to-put-on quick fit change. In batteries, a full line of Les Schwab batteries, featuring Les Schwab's best, the Double Tough XHD. Winter changeover at Les Schwab. We do it quick, we do it right. Everything to get you through.
I think I'm going to have number 6.
Number 6, Julius Irving, Bill Russell, special number, by permission only.
Is it okay to order number 21?
21. We're talking about Bill Sharman, Dave Bing, and even Sidney Wicks. Come on, order something else.
The most famous player that ever wore number 21 was Bob Lanier.
Mike, number 16. Come on.
But he wore size 21 shoe.
Eddie Doucette and Mike Rice.
Separate checks, gentlemen?
No, my partner gets the check.
Hey, I got it last time.
No, wait a minute. I got it last time.
No, I distinctly.
'Tis the season to be jolly, ladies and gentlemen, and the Blazer fans are. Big comeback, and the Blazers lead by that 55-49 score. As we take a look at some of the stats, Steve, where does it all begin? It's sort of a new-look Portland Trailblazer team here.
Well, they become more aggressive. As you see, Portland's balance a little bit better. Terry Porter, James Robinson off the bench with 10. The Trail Sprewell has had a solid ball game, and certainly has done his job. The leading rebounders, Chris Webber and Billy Owens, and they had an advantage off the glass and still do, thanks to a combined effort. Portland, not a lot of rebounds to be had. Buck Williams leading Portland. Circle of percentages, Portland was down, and suddenly they're up due to some very good defense and forcing some turnovers, and they've ended up with an advantage in fast break points. But the Warriors have allowed Portland to get back in the ball game by turning the ball over. And when you talk about it's a giving season, Don Nelson didn't want another giveaway. After being ahead 21 the other night, he didn't expect his team to turn around and just to let Portland back into it, and that's what they did. And now they've got to start all over, and what you want to see Portland do is continue their aggressiveness at the defensive end and build on what happened in the final 6 minutes of the second quarter of play.
I know one stat that Don Nelson, as we take a look at him when he picks up the halftime stat sheet, Portland only with four personal fouls. His team with whistle for 11.
Well, this game hasn't really been one of those games where it's been a lot of fouls called, and the coaches would really be upset by it. I think that it's been a fairly even game in terms of the work of the officials, and it's been the type of plays where there have been a lot of saves with the hands by both teams.
Remember, folks, Blazers have won the last 9 games between these two teams. That's an incredible run.
How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold-filtered light with smooth draft taste, in a pool hall?
MGD Light?
Say MGD Light and say no more. do you order Miller Genuine Draft Light? The cold filtered light with smooth draft taste at a rock and roll club?
Give me an MGD Light.
Say MGD Light and say no more.
Mike Barkley, award-winning designer of homes, talks about design.
So many different elements such as proper scale, light, and the final finish make up a well-designed home. A home like this needs a paint that's equally rich in depth and subtle shades. Glidden Spread Supreme from Fred Meyer is simply one of the best paints you can buy for subtle colorations and texture. It costs a little more, but it'll give you the look you want to have.
Try Glidden Spread Supreme. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
Playing basketball takes common sense. So does driving a car. When you're out celebrating this holiday season, don't drink and drive. And if you do drink, remember these safe options to driving. Designated driver. Call Mad Cab or Oregon Life Tow. Have a great holiday season, and please celebrate safely.
There are lots of wonderful Christmas songs, but my favorite one to sing is the praises of the Salvation Army. Please, won't you do your part too?
Who cares most about keeping you healthy? Why, your mummy, of course. But if your mummy isn't always available, may I suggest Payless Drugs? Payless now has 3,000 new health-related products, everything from health food to all-natural skin and bath products, nutritional supplements, and more. Why? Because Payless Drugs is your health and wellness partner. With so many new health products, Payless takes better care of you than anyone. Anyone but mummy, that is. Payless, because you deserve more from a drugstore.
Once again, it will happen. Someone will pick out a tree that's too big for the room, drop off some warm clothes, light the candle on the third night, experiment with the turkey baster, watch all 18 bowl games, and someone will sing slightly off key with all her heart. Happy holidays from Bank of America.
One thing that's going to blow everyone away, the city of tomorrow. Everyone's thinking Buck Rogers. Ha, too obvious. You know what it's going to be like? The Music Man. Big lawns, white gazebos, no mini-malls.
There's always been speculation over how we'll live in the future. Speculation over how we'll communicate, however, has been put to rest.
Of course, the lawns will be polyester, but don't get me started on that.
Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence, the experience to get the job done right, and a reputation for quality. Like CarQuest brakes, professional technicians know that safe driving begins with good brakes. That's why they insist on the best CarQuest brakes, because safety counts. So for the best possible performance, install what the pros install. CarQuest. Welcome to the pros.
Get ready for the new year with your 1994 BP Blazers calendar. They're here now. 13 months of your favorite Blazer players, plus a page of valuable BP coupons. The full-color BP Blazers calendar is only 99 cents with a fill-up of 8 gallons or more at participating BP locations in Oregon and Southwest Washington. Blaze into 94 with the all-new BP Blazers calendar at participating BP locations while supplies last.
How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold filtered light with smooth draft taste, while watching the Blazers? Say MGD Light and say no more. How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold filtered light with smooth draft taste, at a singles bar?
Give me an MGD Light.
Anyone have change for 20?
We'll let him in here.
Say MGD Light and say no more.
Introducing the all-new 1994 two-door cab.